One of my New Year's resolutions for 2020 was to quote unquote normalize my relationship with food. What had been a big wake up call for me in terms of how I handle my relationship with food was last year when I traveled to Macau for a computer game conference. And I spent about half of the trip missing my food back home and being depressed over it when there were a lot of other things to enjoy in Macau. Now that I've gotten over some of the food problems, I wish I could go back. So that stuck out in my mind. But it wasn't just that. I've had times where I've ruined a lot of events. I've jeopardized my job a few times. I don't know if it contributed to me losing a couple of jobs. I've definitely ruined relationships over it. I've ruined family get-togethers over it. And even when I don't outright ruin things, it ruins me. So I should be having a good time with my girlfriend. I should be having a good time watching a movie. I should be having a good time with my family members. But instead, I'm thinking about, oh my God, I can't wait to get out of this so I can go eat. Or in a meeting when I'm rushed, or worse yet, when I'm negotiating something and I feel very rushed to get out the door so I could go eat my favorite food. It really works against me. That's the last thing you want to do when you're negotiating a deal. So my New Year's resolution was to normalize that relationship. You see, the problem with the relationship with food is that I'll have to live with this person for the rest of my life, and yet uh, I have all these problems, right? If this were a person that I had a relationship like this, I would have said goodbye a long time ago. Uh, so I want to thank all of you guys for watching me fast these last 2 days. I think my biggest gain, aside from the benefits I got to my skin, was that I feel more uh, aware of when I'm munching or eating or daydreaming about food or anything like that. I obviously spent the last couple of days daydreaming a lot about food, but instead of actually daydreaming in a sense that, oh my God, I can't wait for this meeting to end, it's like, oh my God, I know what it's like to crave food, and let's treat this craving like it's a friend, and let's try to enjoy his company while he's here, because he'll only be here for 48 hours. That's kind of how I viewed it. Halfway into the fast, I think around hour 24, I actually took a walk through a grocery store just to marvel at all those feelings and treat it almost like a friend. I would have continued the fast, except that I didn't feel it was safe anymore. Next time I'll probably arrange some way to get some supervision while I do this, because I do want to do it for longer. I was watching some YouTube videos of people who have done it 7, 8 days, and their skin really, really cleared up. Unfortunately, I didn't feel it was safe, and I have important events coming up that I definitely don't want to jeopardize. But I'm pleased because I am much more aware when I'm about to grab something, is that food really that necessary? It's kind of like in the 70s when we had an oil crisis and people got an idea to drive somewhere. They asked themselves that if their trip is necessary, can it wait till they go on a different trip and they can combine their errands together? It kind of reminds me of that. I needed to do that with food long ago, but I never got around to it. You know, people sometimes say I'm blessed how I don't get fat from eating a lot. I treat it as a curse almost, because I've lost that warning system that you know, hey, you're eating too much. You know, I wish I had a little bit more of a warning system. Sometimes, especially especially when I travel somewhere where I actually can find a lot of foods that I like. When I travel to Taiwan, they have a lot of fish, and food is very inexpensive there. Or better yet, when I travel to Gdansk, Poland, oh my God, I could eat the whole country because their food is so cheap over there, and they have a lot of fish as well. I've lost any sense of warning system. My wallet doesn't feel a warning. My body doesn't feel any short-term kind of warning. It's not until I go back to work and it's like I can't end the meeting and I get nervous and I almost want to quit my job over it. It's not until then do I get a warning about it. And unfortunately, it comes very late. It's kind of like a smoking habit, right? You don't get sick from smoking overdose, right? You only get sick in the chronic sense of it. That's how, unfortunately, that's how my body deals with food. It was a nice experiment. I have a better sense of what and when I'm eating. It just puts a little buffer, if you will, and I hope to maintain this feeling this time around. Thanks for watching.